So my speaking career started 2013, 2014. So like I said, I served on the board of the Black MBA and some other associations. So kind of being in that leadership roles encouraged me just to speak, right? Speak on behalf of the organizations. And then I wrote my book, Network, Navigate, and Nurture, because I wanted to be a professional speaker. And I knew the book was going to be the quickest way and put me in better position to charge. So that's what I did. And
Sit back and relax and get ready for another exclusive episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast with Lopez.
This episode is brought to you by ERC. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a business? If you have a business, you need money. So, did you have a business during the pandemic with 5 or more employees? If so, you might be leaving money on the table. All you got to do is go to my website at lopezlasane.com, and at the top of the website, click the tab that says Get Money Back. And the best part about this, it only takes 10 minutes for you to see if you're qualified for this money. So don't wait. Go to my website, lopezlasane.com, and click on the tab that says Get Money Back, and you're going to get this money for your business, and you can thank me later. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Online Marketing Secret Podcast. I'm your host, Lopez. So like and share this episode. If you want to know about marketing, if you want to learn marketing, if you want to become an expert in marketing, if you want to start a company, this is the episode for you today. You're going to love this. Today, I have a wonderful guest. She's an award-winning, inclusive marketing expert. She's the founder of Line 25 Consulting. She trains and consults with organizations on how to create diverse and inclusive marketing strategies. She's a recipient of the Courageous Marketing Leader and Houston Business Journal's Diversity in Business Awards with her efforts created in the African-American Marketing Association. She's been featured in the Wall Street Journal, Entrepreneur Magazine, eMarketer, PR News, and Forbes. And she also has a podcast called Marketing for the Culture, powered by AAMA. My special guest today is Michelle Gomez. Welcome to the show. So where you from?
Michelle Gomez. I am from Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay. So how did you get started in marketing? Did you go to school for it? Or, did you learn through trial and error? And so how'd you get started?
I started when I was in college. I went to the University of Houston. I was a pre-pharmacy major. But I had a friend that did some stuff with the record label. And it was like, okay, whatever. In 2004, we had the Super Bowl here. Yeah. So he was like, hey, Michelle, I work for the label. Super Bowl's going to be here. We need some street promotions. You'll just be passing out flyers, parking lots, clubs. I'm like, 21, college, party, Super Bowl, sign me up, right? And I had a good time. I was just helping a friend, like no big deal. One weekend, one long weekend, one very blurred weekend, and going about my business. But that was probably the first time I really networked, and I saw like immediate return from my work, right? Even though it was for free, it was like, hey, you did a really good job. I like you, your personality, da-da-da-da-da-da. This gig is here. You want to do it? And I'm like, okay, cool. And, being young in college, a couple $100s here and there can go a long ways. And I did that for about 2-3 years, and that was my first introduction to marketing. And then before you knew it, WordPress came out, MySpace came out.
Yeah.
This Web 2.0, social media came out. I was trying to avoid it, especially Facebook, and I couldn't avoid it. I remember I went to Atlanta, and what year was this? Maybe 2007, 8, 9, somewhere around there. And I wanted to get in contact with my high school classmates, my high school friends. And my sister was like, get on Facebook. Got on Facebook. Next thing you know, I have like 30 friends that I graduated from. And so, obviously that was personal. And I was like, something's here. I went back to school, got a degree in marketing. I was like, something's going to change. I was like, they're going to have to advertise or something. And then the biggest dilemma was baby boomers, and at that time I'm like, okay, people that have been in business, they're like 45, 50 years old. They've been in business for at least 7 to 10 years. Yep. They weathered the storm, but the social media is so new, they don't know what to do. And I was like, well, let me come in and manage your account, right? And they're like, well, I don't want to post pictures of food. I don't know what to tweet. I don't want to take a selfie. Like, let me come in and manage your account. Yeah. $500 a month. And those are the increments of how I kind of started and snowballed into marketing.
Oh man, that's cool. MySpace was my first registered account online. Yeah. And I didn't have an email, nothing, But you said something that was very important because during that time I was meeting a lot of 40 and 50-year-olds that they were probably had a business that were established or whatever, but a lot of them did not want to come online and use social media, or they just didn't know what to do with it. So how did you convince them that you should do this? Because a lot of people, even still to this day, they just don't want to be on camera, or they say, well, I don't want to write anything because I don't want to sound bad. So how did you convince those people back in the day?
Yeah, so I was in the music industry for a very short time, and I was only doing independent stuff, but I felt like the music industry was early adopters when it came to all of this digital marketing. Like, I remember DJs for sending e-blast because they got the new song from the label and they're trying to break records, right? And then you're going on social media, at least for what I was following, everyone, it was only music artists, DJs and artists promoting music. So it was like, when I translate that into business, I was like, you don't know what to post because you're not creating content. You don't know what to promote, right? And at that time, when we think about marketing and promotions, it was like, maybe you have a website, maybe you have a little flash on your website, a brochure, business cards, right? So I'm like, you have the content. We just got to take all of these traditional publications and translate that on these digital platforms. Your list of services. Okay, now we need to share that online, right? Yeah. Right. Now we need to make you the expert. And a lot of this stuff too, I was way ahead of my time because one, I was really young and the landscape was so new. But I remember reading, I think it was a PR book, and I was reading Guerrilla Marketing. Mm-hmm. And it was early signs of thought leadership. Like, how are you going to be the expert, right? And the theme of all of this stuff, and even today, you got to promote yourself in such a way that you're top of mind. Yeah. Right. So the thing is, I always say this, is like, you can't read if you can't read the label from inside the bottle, right? And that's the business owner. So when you have someone like me, and keep in mind, this was 10 plus years ago, it's not even, it wasn't competitive. So I can come in, I'm young, I'm talking the right thing. So it sounds real good right now. This is like pre-scammers. Like,
yeah. Tell me about it.
So, I do good business, but everything was so new. So it was like, I'm teaching you and I'm doing the work for you. So it's like, how can you say no to that? But you still have skeptics because it's just so new. And it's like, I don't know. And then it grew, right? Because Instagram came up and now things are visual. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, okay. So now I need to go see my clients once a week, twice a month, get some pictures, go to some events. I got to follow them around. So just figuring it out over time.
Oh, okay. So how did you come up with the concepts of like marketing? Did you learn while you were working with these people, or did you go to a conference, or did you read books like me?
Yeah, so I've always been a reader, even when I didn't like it. It was a couple of different things, right? So one, lots of times we have content, but because we do it, we don't think nothing of it. It's like, oh, I did it, I'm moving on to the next thing, right? Once again, your website, brochures, whatever the case may be. From there, I would just literally, anytime I had a conversation with the client, I would just record it. I would record it, take notes. I worked with someone that was running for office, which was very interesting because he's literally a talking head, right? You're running for office, so you're making your rounds across town. You're always doing speeches. You're doing interviews. So there was a lot of built-in content from there. That was a little bit easier because it's like he actively had to convince people for a certain amount of time. Very insightful process. Will never work on politics again.
I thought you enjoyed it. I was about to No. It's too many. What was it? Too many people to deal with?
Yeah, it's a lot of moving pieces. And I mean, it's anything with life, but I also think it's just tough. And then I think the person I work with, he ran a really good, clean campaign, but it's just, everything's tough. But for me, it was just a different kind of tough. Yeah. It's a different type of gritty. It's just different.
It can be a dirty game sometimes.
Yeah. It's
not like promoting a business. It's like, it's completely different. People can say anything, and then you have to combat a message against what they said. I can only imagine.
I don't know if I'm a marketer or I'm crisis communications. I am not Olivia Pope. I didn't.
Exactly. I can only imagine. So how did you I guess transition into the African-American Marketing Association? How did that come about?
Yeah, so in 2013 is when I had the initial idea. Someone passed it along to me, but I was just too new, too green. So here in Houston, Texas, we had about 20 Black professional associations. Some of them are national. So you have Black MBA, you have Black engineers, Society of Black Engineers, accountants, educators, etc. But we didn't have a marketing group. And I remember when someone told me, I went to Google Black African-American marketers, nothing would come up. Fast forward to 2017, 2018, there was a series of bad ad campaigns. I think we suffer from two things, either lack of representation or misrepresentation. And these ads are going up and I'm like, who's approving this? Like, this is very demeaning to the Black community. Like, how did this get approved? Yeah. And just having all of these questions, and I'm like, where are the Black marketers? Are we talking to each other? Are we going through the same thing in business, work? And that's what really spearheaded it. I was like, we have to have a community where we can just kind of come together, talk, and learn from each other. And we launched February 2019, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since.
Oh, that's great. That's a great thing, because I remember, like, I'm gonna go 10, 15 years ago, back when I used to go to conferences, I didn't see a lot of people like in the room. And if they were from someplace else, like from Kenya or Ghana or if I did see somebody, I seen them before at another event.
Yeah.
And I went from the smallest conferences to the biggest. It's always a handful of us in the room. It's not a lot, So, and a lot of that has to do with, I think a lot of people were just so busy being busy, and a lot of people they didn't know that events like this existed too, and plus a lot of people didn't understand that what I was doing could help them. They didn't know, and a lot of people, they work in their jobs and they work in 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And even some of the people that knew that I used to go to these conferences, they used to see some of the like books and stuff I used to read, and they would say stuff like, "Oh man, it's a scam." I used to get that like 2005. I used to get comments like that. So I just think, and a lot of that comes from, their uncle might have tried something that didn't work, or the dad might have tried something that didn't work.
Keep in mind network marketing too, right? So you got network marketing, multi-level marketing. Yeah. So, and people just like, ooh, marketing.
Yeah. And that's how I got started. I got started in network marketing, and people would say stuff like, "Well, I don't want nobody to make money off me." I'm like, "Well, you work a job, right?" They say, "Yeah." Well, somebody's making money off you. Yeah. So it's a lot of misinformation, and I don't know, So even before I even mentioned anything, they already had a preconceived notion of what it was. So a lot of that has to do with why a lot of people just wasn't open to going these places, And plus, it wasn't any, at least to my knowledge, maybe in small circles, no Black person that I knew had any major events like 20 years ago.
I agree. I mean, even recently, like I've gone to some marketing conferences the past couple of years, especially the larger ones that are ran by our white peers, and we might be 1 to 5% in a 3,000, 5,000 person conference, and that could be Black people plus minorities, other communities in general. And I do got to say this, it's a combination of things, depending on the size of the conference. It is an investment, right? It really is an investment to buy the conference ticket, travel, and, all of those things, be it, local or domestic. And I think sometimes we just become hesitant when it comes to investing in ourselves, depending on where you are in your business and financial status.
Yeah. And, it's, and keep in mind, I met a lot of people that were out there like me back in the day, but where a lot of people were just by themselves doing their own little thing. And if they saw somebody or met somebody that were doing a similar thing, they would be like, "Oh, I do a similar thing, or I can help you do this or whatever." But it wasn't like it is today.
Yeah.
No, not even close. I didn't even start I didn't start collaborating with people until like 2000. Hey, let me ask you a question. Are you tired of struggling online, not getting the results you want? Maybe you just need some help. If that's the case, go to kingofcashflowwebsites.com/secrets. And the best part about it, you can learn from the best of the best. You can learn from some of the best marketers in the world. Plus, it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free. So don't wait on this. Go to kingofcashflowwebsites.com/secrets. Back to our red schedule program. 18. That's when I started. I actually started like collaborating with people, doing podcasts with people. But before that, I was a loner. I was by myself. The only time I would see someone if I would go to a conference or talk to them on the phone or something like that. But besides that, I never did a podcast or if I did a video, I'm by myself. So today I've lived long enough to see things change. Thank God.
Yeah.
So how did y'all determine? Because I know you're not the only person. How did y'all determine which I guess how to structure your education and your events and stuff like that?
For the association?
Yeah.
Okay. So we say AAMA for short. And for me, when I had the vision, AAMA is pretty much a hybrid of the Black MBA and AAMA, the American Marketing Association, right? And I sat on the board of the Black MBA, and I've done other leadership roles and programs. So my thing was, okay, how can we have once a month one professional development meeting? There's plenty of marketing topics to discuss and people to speak on it. So there's never a shortage in that. Some networking and community service. So with us launching in 2019, I think we did a really good job. We had about 9 or 10 events that year between professional development and networking to grow membership. But when we turned a year, that's when the pandemic happened, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I thought the world was coming to an end. I was like, the Spanish flu? Oh, let me go back and read about that. Because I know in 10th grade they try to tell me, but
what happened? Well, how was your experience in Houston? Because I was in Atlanta at the time, and they shut the whole city down.
Yeah.
So did the same similar thing happen there?
Yeah, I remember. I think it was a March 13th or March 16th. Yeah. It was a Monday or a Tuesday, one of those days. And I remember we had just got a new board. We were supposed to have our meeting that day. And my boss, like, you're hearing stuff on the news and it's like, Yeah. And my boss was like, everyone go home. It was like late afternoon. It was like, you get off at 5, but it's already like 3 or 4 o'clock. So it was like, everyone go home. And he was like, we'll go to the grocery store first. Like, everyone can go, but make sure you go to the grocery store first. And it was just chaos. Traffic's already bad. It's just worse. The grocery store is crazy, and I'm trying to message my brand new team. I barely know these people, and I'm just like, our meeting's canceled. I'll give you details later. And I was okay, but yeah, the city shut down. So now you're trying to catch up on this news, and you're not. The first couple of days, you're not really working from home. It's kind of like you're on standby, just waiting for my boss to kind of give us some direction. But everything was so new.
Yeah.
right? Everyone is just new to this situation.
Yeah.
And but I remember just driving around and I'm like, this is literally a ghost town.
Yeah.
I thought I was saved. Maybe I missed the rapture. Maybe I ain't gonna make it to hell.
Yeah.
I thought I got all the memos. Maybe I didn't. But it was really weird and spooky.
Yeah.
And I'm in Houston. It's like the third largest city. So like even the holidays has more traffic. It was just weird. But I think it was for like 3-4 weeks. It was just completely silence.
Yeah.
And eventually things started to pick up and turn around.
Yeah, it's sound like we had a similar experience. They called me. I was working at UPS at the time, and they actually called me when I was at home and said, "Hey, don't come in today."
Oh wow!
And I said, "Hey, don't call us. We'll call you when it's time for you to come back." I was like, "Oh, okay." So, probably like another 2 months went by, and that's when I started this podcast.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they said, "Hey, you can come in for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days." And I said, "Forget this crap." And that's when I moved to North Carolina.
Oh wow.
I moved to Charlotte after that.
I think one of the things that I picked up on, the pandemic. I mean, we all go through stuff in life, but the pandemic really kind of tested who's a leader and who's not.
Oh yeah.
Right. And even with that, there's only so much grace and forgiveness you can give people. But I didn't like how my employer handled the pandemic. I ended up leaving in August. Yeah. I mean, there were some other things before that, but it was just like, it was just.
Yeah. And plus, when the pandemic happened, I pretty much prepared for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when it happened, I was like, okay, if I'm not working there no more, I'm good. We can go back to North Carolina. That's because I'm like, I have enough money, so money ain't the problem.
Yeah.
Now I might not be able to. I don't have no proof of income, so.
Right.
you know, but because we're not gonna be outside. So I said after about 6 months, I'm like, hey, we're out of here, man, because people wasn't really working like that. People working from home, and this is the thing that really shocked me is on 85 was clear. The only person that was on 85 was me at night. And I was like, I've never seen nothing like this before.
Yeah, it was interesting. I remember I was literally interviewing for jobs that February and March. Like I said, some stuff happened with my employer in December. So December was kind of shaky, obviously, with the holidays. And I was interviewing. I had great momentum with these interviews and then just flatline.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of places wasn't, if they were hiring slow. And if they did hire, if they thought about hiring you, it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Those were some weird times, man.
Yeah.
So how did you begin speaking?
So my speaking career started 2013, 2014. So like I said, I served on the board of the Black MBA and some other associations. So kind of being in that leadership roles encouraged me just to speak on behalf of the organizations. And then I wrote my book, Network, Navigate, and Nurture, because I wanted to be a professional speaker. And I knew the book was going to be the quickest way and put me in better position to charge. So that's what I did. And I obviously ran a couple other books, and my presentations have just evolved. Focusing on, went from networking, personal branding, always digital content marketing. And then the past 4 years, I've been focusing on diversity marketing.
So let's talk about the upcoming event.
Okay.
What it's all about? It's going to be
We have the Marketing for the Culture Summit, curated by the African-American Marketing Association. It's June 1st in Houston, Texas. So we're going to kick off with our reception Wednesday the 31st, just general networking for everyone to warm up. And then Thursday, we're going to work hard. The theme for this year is knocking doors down, all about overcoming barriers in business. So we have speakers from all across the world. We're going to be talking about Facebook ads, email marketing, ChatGPT, podcasting, PR, growth marketing strategies, the importance of getting your minority business certifications and supplier diversity. We're sponsored by HP. Excuse me. Our main sponsor is HP, as well as AT&T, Microsoft, and a few other companies have come in to support us. And then Friday, we're going to end with our VIP brunch, where we have the director of PR from Stars as our fireside chat speaker. So it's going to be a really good 3 days, a lot of fun, a lot of learning. And I'm kind of going back to what you said earlier, not a lot of us showing up at a conference. So it's like, this is a chance for us to curate it and for us to attend. So we're expecting about 150 attendees. And this is our second year doing this. So last year was in Atlanta. So this year in Houston. So we're growing. I mean, last year we had about 80 people.
That's good.
Had a great time. So we're trying to pretty much double that number this year. And it's looking really good right now.
So the event is May 31st to June 2nd. So
Yes.
Is this for beginners, people that just don't know anything about marketing?
I want to say it's for every Black marketer, small business owner, and content creator / creative, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of your skill level. And we got to be mindful as marketers. Marketing is merging with so many things: communications, technology, sales, right? So, and I'm one of those people, I believe, like going back to the books, right? I think if you learn one thing in a book, a presentation, that might be the only thing you need.
Yeah.
And look, I've been in business 10 years, but there might be something like, you know what? I've heard this before, but it resonates with me now because of the time I'm in right now, because of my current situation. So I don't want to think that you're too new. This is even open to college students. We have a few tickets for them. They can volunteer. So it's for anyone that's willing to learn and has a good attitude.
Yeah. So if people wanted to find out all about the event,
yes,
wherever they go to.
Yes, aa-ma.org. You can find all of our stuff regarding the organization, as well as the summit.
There you have it. Like, share this episode. All links will be found in the show notes. Until next time, we're out. Peace.